Hey Pisces, it's Amber here at Persephone Journey Tarot. I hope that you're very well. This is your love reading for January 2020. Happy New Year. Welcome. This is for you if you've got a Pisces sun, moon, ascendant, or if your Venus is placed in Pisces, or your 7th house is ruled by Pisces. Furthermore, if your ruling planet is also in Pisces and in the 7th house, then definitely you need to watch this video. The moon card here is the overall energy for the month. So this is really quite in tune with your energy. It could be that your 12th house maybe is being activated with the sun in possibly in Aquarius in January, maybe late January, you're going to feel it. Or it could be that, you know, your 12th house does start all the way in Capricorn. That's quite possible. So yeah, I think that you'll be having maybe some really like interesting dreams. Your dreams may also give you a lot of information and shed a lot of light onto your higher self's perspective, and you just may gain more information about your circumstance. It'd be good to watch your dreams. So if you are finding that you are having challenges this month, your dreams will, I mean, and especially if you can, you know, what's it called? Have lucid dreaming. That might also be interesting for you this month in terms of working out problems and dealing with them. It could also mean that some unknown or irrational fears may come to the surface this month. And I can see that here, and that quite relates to this reading. Overall, what I can see is that it's going to be a very, very happy month. Okay, so for those of you that are coupled in a relationship and happy, I feel that you have literally everything that you need. And maybe the way that you're perceiving it, you can't see that. For instance, what I think could be happening is that you're so comfortable and your partner is so comfortable in the relationship and you're just so chilled that it feels weird. You know, there's no problems. And maybe can also bring in some boredom. I can see that here as well. Maybe for your partner as well. I think what it is as well, it could be that your partner likes the chase. Okay, your partner likes the chase in the relationship. They like to have something, you know, they probably would like it if you just stopped talking to them for no reason. You know, just was a diva maybe once or something like that, just to kind of give them something to fight for, like to have to try to make it up to you or to have to win you back. It boosts their ego, I think. I can see that here with the Knight of Wands. Although strictly speaking, this is the King of Wands in this deck. So it could also be that your partner starts to think of new things to do that are fun and exciting and that livens things up. Maybe they want to travel as well. And they may be like wanting to discuss new ideas, maybe about even moving, you know, or starting a family if you haven't already, having a baby, and just new ideas, I think, just to get out of any boredom. I feel that your partner is very committed and very happy. That's my initial kind of feeling I'm getting with the Four of Cups here. In this deck, it's called luxury, and I can see why. But it also does talk about sometimes the things being stagnant emotionally. And, you know, that can mean that you're very, very happy. And it could be that you really are together a lot. I feel that maybe one of you could be quite grounded and the other one is quite chatty or talkative. And the other one is more of a thinker. But it kind of works because one does the thinking and practical puts practical plans in place to make things kind of reach fruition, whereas one maybe has lots of ideas, maybe does a lot of talking. And that could be how this works out, that, you know, you figure out that you're actually, one of you's very good at organizing and one's very good at coming up with all these ideas and discussing ideas and getting to the root to find out, you know, why, you know, what do you really want to do and why? You know, what is it that you really want to try and why? The Princess of Swords is going to ask you that and then ask the second question so they can get to the actual truth and understand things on a very simple level. You know, always asking why. And that's what, you know, a child does, and the Princess of Swords does represent a child. It could be that you have children already, or that you're pregnant and there's not much you can really do at the moment. However, the Knight of Wands is here, and I feel like your partner is taking charge of the situation and is planning things or trying to think of new ideas, but they're definitely taking the leadership role in this. Now, I don't know if the Moon card could be kind of also talking about, you know, maybe your partner or you, like I said, get a bit uncomfortable with the silence, or, you know, it's the whole familiarity breeds contempt theory. I don't know if you're a bit concerned about that, like when things are just so good. It makes you feel like maybe you're missing something, maybe for a second, and some fears come up. So yeah, and I think it's true what they say, you know, the devil makes work for idle hands. It's kind of when there's maybe nothing to do, you just get into trouble. Or the mind kind of maybe goes there with the Moon card here. So yeah, there could be some fears that come up. I feel as well that there's a potential that, you know, now you are kind of maybe living together or settled into a relationship, the fanfare, you know, the excitement has kind of worn off. And again, I see someone here trying to bring that excitement back in. So the honeymoon period could be over, and now maybe you see each other for just who you are, you know, without all the without the facade, I guess, in a sense as well. But I think your partner really likes honesty. They like this, I feel. They like the honesty. They like the getting to the bottom of it. Yeah. Okay, so I can see here we've got the Knight of Cups for you, which shows that this is also the King of Cups. So you may be very much in love with this person. Maybe you could be smothering this person, maybe as well. So be careful of that. That could be why there's the Four of Cups here, like it's all a bit much, you know. I think as well, I think this person feels they need to chase something as well. So that could be this, that they do truly want to be where they are. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Coins, the Four of Coins as well. We've got the Queen of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of love in this situation, a lot of happiness, a lot of security. And I feel that you're very much in love with this person. And I think you want a home with this person if you don't already have one. They've definitely sparked, you know, they've definitely touched a nerve with you. This is new. Like there's very deep feelings that you have that you may be scared of. You know, maybe you haven't felt them for a while, or maybe there's been experiences in the past. The Three of Wands does suggest that maybe you have been single for a little while and you're kind of putting yourself back out there. Or maybe, you know, you've never got to this stage in a relationship for a little while in terms of settling down and, you know, or becoming very committed. And maybe this is a bit of new territory. It is new. You're not used to maybe being so happy. Okay. for some of you. Yeah, with the Lovers card as well. There is a commitment being made this month for a lot of you. Okay, so we've also got the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Abundance card. So with the Queen of Wands, I feel that like you're really coming into your own. I mean, we've got the Moon card, the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So these are all very strong Piscean cards to me, most definitely. And I just feel like you're coming into your own. There's a sense of renewal that I'm picking up with you. And again, it's a very strong, passionate energy that you're holding as well. We've got the King and the Queen of Wands as well. So yeah, it's just a really, really nice reading. There's not really much to dig into, really. But yeah, there's just a lot of happiness and abundance around you, a lot of contentment. And I guess maybe it is a time for you to reflect and transform, to take stock of, you know, where you've come from, how you've got here, what you've learned, how much you've grown. That may also be important this month and will aid your relationships as well, that kind of self-work that you do. Yeah, you're very intuitive. You're very much in your feminine energy. I feel like you feel recognized, you feel appreciated. You also feel free as well, a sense of freedom with this person or in this situation. And it could be that you're, you know, for some of you, you could be single. You know, this could be read in a complete different way, but I feel with all this happiness, it's either you're very, very content within yourself. You know, maybe business is going well and, you know, there are maybe people out there, and I think there could be a Knight of Wands coming your way, you know, if you are single. That will bring in a lot of happiness for you and you'll feel quite bonded to, especially with the Three of Cups. So there'll be a lot of talking, there'll be a meeting of the minds. It may be that you know this person from a group, or it's like you've got mutual friends. With the Three of Cups, it's a possibility. You're in the same circles, or you might meet them while you're out drinking with friends. Or maybe sisters may introduce you to all these women here in this feminine energy. But yeah, there'll be a cause to celebrate, it looks like, by the end of the month. You two will be on the same page. You'll be having more fun, most definitely. With the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Cups, you'll be having a lot more fun. And it's quite possible it could be in the bedroom with the Knight of Wands. That's usually where he maybe, you know, performs best or has the most fun, to be honest, in relationships, or like traveling, trying new things, being daring, competition, or going to see something exciting. You know, you'll definitely have this rebonding or regrouping that will take it from a stable and secure relationship, which may be sometimes a bit monotonous, a bit predictable. We've got Three Coins energy here as well. Could be a Virgo that you're dating or you're seeing as well, potentially. Or you could be, you know, maybe Pisces on your 7th house and you're watching and you're actually a Virgo rising. But yeah, there's a lot of security, I feel, here in the relationship. Yes, I think you're learning that even with a secure relationship, you know, there's still work to be done in order to have the happiness that comes along with the security, to develop the relationships, or the relationships that make up this union, this main relationship, because this does talk about family as well. So maybe doing more family orientated things. Maybe things have just got a bit boring, but you're very much in love, and I think that you're just feeling very much comfortable in your own skin. The 12th house transits for you must feel that way, like a lovely sigh of relief every time the sun goes through, Capricorn and Aquarius, that's probably makes up, well, Aquarius probably makes up your 12th house, but it's quite possible that, if you're a Pisces rising, that Capricorn, your 12th house may very well start in Capricorn. So, yeah, I feel like you're just in the zone and you're just cool. And yeah, I think you're realizing, like I said, that even the most best relationships take work, and that people are complex, and it is good to always ask why. It does keep things fresh, and I think it also makes you feel recognized when this person actually takes an interest and wants to know. So what is it that you like to do? What would you like me to do? What would you like us to do? Let's talk about this. I see no arguments here. Even when I go through the deck, I actually went through the back of the deck before I came on. It's just more and more happy cards about commitment and soulmate connection. There is the 10 of Wands here, another 10. So I feel that your relationship is moving on. You're completing maybe certain cycles, and things are going quite smoothly. And this is the all work and no play card. When work gets really serious, there's just no fun in it, but it has to be done, and it just feels all the more harder because it's not fun. So that's also a message here, that if you're not having fun, it just seems like hard work, trying to keep it together. And I think relationships can be quite challenging and hard, right? Two different people that may not even know themselves that well, suddenly getting to know each other and trying to figure things out, and trying to make it work. I think it can be a challenge. So yeah, it's important to kind of actually make time for fun. And yeah, really connect your intuition. This is also a case where the ball's in your court. If you're being asked about certain things, or you may be in a position of planning, that you go ahead and choose the things that you like to do. I think this person will be happy to do whatever you like to do, to be honest, because it's all about you. And the Queen of Cups as well. Sorry, just more and more. The Empress card, the Emperor card. It's just a lot of happiness in January, a lot of feelings of togetherness, movement forward, smooth sailing kind of feeling. And maybe with everything being so good, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I missing? And suddenly all these fears, it's kind of like standing in the dark when you can't see anything and you start imagining things are there. It's that kind of thing. But actually everything's how it, you turn on the light, everything's as it was, nothing's there. It's that kind of thing that can happen with the Moon card, that kind of weird part of your imagination. Yeah, but that also comes out in your dreams as well. Whatever comes up, whatever fears come up, it's a good time for you to look at them and say, okay, that's one of my fears or one of my hang-ups. Why do I have that fear? You may want to talk to your partner about it as well. It might make things more interesting again if things are just seems too good to be true, But if you do end with the Queen of Cups, and yeah, definitely you're in love and you are to connect your heart space, and you're basically being given a bit of a gift to just relax, to just fall into this and enjoy the experience, enjoy love, be giving, be receptive, follow your heart, totally here. It's like you're safe to love kind of energy as well. potentially. You're safe to love. It's like you're safe. It's a good time. And the sun will soon be in your sign, you know, come the end of February. So yeah, enjoy. It's a good time. A lot of security here. I just don't see anything bad. Okay, so the card that flipped out, which is the only bad card I don't think that we've got, is Orphaned. So maybe this goes back, you know, to, you know, maybe these fears go back to a time where maybe you didn't feel accepted. The fear of abandonment, the experience of abandonment, you know, not wanting to get comfortable and feel safe, because at any point it could be taken away from you, you know. Everyone, apparently they say everyone walking this earth has got abandonment issues, so it's quite normal for even the both of you to kind of feel a little bit like, okay, this is really good and what's going to go wrong, you know. But yeah, I think you're being advised here to be confident. Everything's just fine. I feel nothing, you know, January is going to be a very pleasant, peaceful month, a lot of security. You know, the only thing you're going to have to worry about is boredom and possibly, you know, some internal kind of struggles when dealing with that, you know. But it's a good time. I mean, they say with the moon card, if you can't talk about it, paint, sing, dance, do something creative, but let it out. Because the moon card doesn't always you know, the messages that the moon comes with doesn't always make logical sense. Like there's no logic to it. Like I said, it's your imagination. It doesn't make sense. So sometimes you can't explain it and you can't talk about it because it just can't make sense of it. But maybe when you do say it out loud, maybe that's when it will maybe seem more clearer, or kind of bring it into perspective, you know, maybe shining some light onto it, letting it out into the light, you know, as well. So we've got Orphan, as I've said, so you could be dealing with those kind of internal struggles maybe from your past. Often the moon card does talk about, you know, your experience with your mother, you know, early childhood, you know, the very core of you. Yeah. So yeah, it's very deep. It asks you to look quite deep. It asks you to go quite way back. It's talking about the past. It's asking you to look into the past as well. So that will help you keep things in perspective and to breathe through it here. You're going through a mending process. You've kind of been graced by the universe in a way to have this opportunity to just breathe. You know, the Queen of Cups literally just does that. She just breathes. She's very relaxed. She's not overly excited. She's not overthinking about anything. She's not worried about her money. All she's worried about is taking a nice long bath, you know, being with the water, you know, eating well, laughing, being comfortable, and cuddles, and reading tarot, and, you know, being psychic. I don't know. You know, so I think it'd be nice to kind of just take a breather. The time for a nap is also here as well. So maybe it's also saying to you, look, enjoy this while you have it, because maybe in the future things may become more turbulent, or there may be more challenges you have to face. So yeah, it's a great way to start the year though. And yeah, I feel that you're going through a mending period and you've been kind of given this opportunity to mend. You know, use this time wisely. It's almost kind of like what you're being told is like you've been gifted by the universe to deal with these issues here and to maybe take a breather. You know, if you're lucky enough that you don't have to work or something, then that's even better. You can just really chill out. Hire a cleaner, you know, if you can. So with the unfinished symphony here as well, another 10, it does confirm really that yeah, you have kind of reached a 10. You've completed a cycle in your relationship and there's a new beginning kind of dawning. And you know, where you've mastered maybe the 10 of coins, which could be, you know, you've finally made that commitment. And now it's time to work on just having fun, or kind of, now all the hard work's been done, now we can focus and work towards being happy and fight for our happiness and our contentment by actually discussing with each other what you like, what don't you like, and you kind of get into that stage of the relationship. That's the kind of stage that you're kind of going into now. I'm also going to pull one card. I'm going to play Devil's Advocate and pull one card from the Amira Love Oracle deck. Oh, and we've got communication flipped out. So yeah, oh, and what's on the base of the deck as well. Okay, so we've got short term at the base of the deck as well. So yeah, it could also be saying here that this could be a short term kind of thing. You've been given a grace period. And that also boredom is short term, and sometimes you have to just wait things out and not worry about them. But communication will be key. And this could be communicating, you know, well, thinking about how you communicate. This is like an investigation. This is keeping communication flowing. So don't just sit, you know, by yourself with these fears, okay, if they affect your partner, you know, if your partner needs to know, you know, it would be important that you communicate that rather than bottling it up and then it manifests in some other way, which could lead maybe to more paranoia, more worrying, you know. So yeah, it's a good month, lots of new beginnings for you. So I'm really happy for you. So it's just a short term kind of situation, then you'll be out having fun. And yeah, then we've got spiritual growth as well. Yeah. Okay. So I love you, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. And I will speak to you next time. Okay, bye.